Sister wives Kody Brown on his deep state of mourning and strange transition to monogamy with Robyn, exclusive. And Kody Brown admits to sabotaging his marriage to Robyn amid divorce chaos. Hey lovely viewers. Welcome to my Two's Gossip channel. Moving forward is still one of those things where you go through a divorce, you almost feel like God doesn't exist, and you're so angry, so bitter. Kody Brown. Kody Brown and his wife Robyn are adjusting to a new normal following the collapse of their family. The 54-year-old Brown family patriarch exclusively tells people that he and Robyn becoming a monogamous couple has been strange after exes Christine, Janelle, and Meri Brown left their plural marriage one by one. We're still in a deep state of mourning, if you will, the sister wives star explains. We are not recovering from this. He adds the pair are a bit depressed about what happened to the family, adding, we've been through a very hard experience and our reaction to it has changed us. We are not the same. Moving forward is still one of those things where you go through a divorce, you almost feel like God doesn't exist, and you're so angry, so bitter, and you need to let some sunshine back in. That's the thing, he adds. I think we're just in a transitionary point where I am letting sunshine back in. The TLC star says he and his former wives are now in a different place as they navigate their own paths to happiness. If we are breaking up and we don't continue seeking happiness and go out and find that happiness, then the breakup was never a benefit, he shares. Then you're living with regret. He continues, but when you first break up, there's a lot of doubt, especially if you are not the instigator. If you haven't thought it out enough. If you haven't been in awareness. I just thought we had killed some trust, and I thought we just needed to build the trust back. Kody also reflected on the aftermath of Christine's decision to walk away from the marriage. As time progresses and I move out of the anger phase of that experience, I find myself going, yes, you need your happiness and you weren't happy, he acknowledges. It was making me unhappy. We go through this terribly unhappy part, and then we move to happiness. If she's happy, then I'll be happy. That's just it. He continues, it's like there's doubt and you wonder and you think, is this right to break up? If everybody finds happiness afterwards, then we'll know that it was just a part of life, just transitioning to a new space. In People's exclusive sneak peek at Sunday night's third installment of the Sister Wives one-on-one special, Kody admits he sabotaged himself and his relationship with Robyn out of frustration and anger after losing 3 wives in 14 months. Telling host Sukanya Krishnan that he wanted to punish himself, he adds, I thought of myself leaving Robyn and having another lover and looking at this lover and going, I don't love you. I'm in love with another woman. I'm in love with a woman that I left because I was too much a piece of S to manage the relationship. And what it was just anger and I'm embarrassed. He acknowledges that his emotions lead him to have bad behavior which ultimately affected his relationship with Robyn, 45. These are my demons and that's like doing something that destroys myself, he explained. Christine's leaving and I'm just angry. So a lot of dark winds were going through me. A lot of devil, a lot of temptation, which would be destructive of my relationship with Robyn. 3. Of Kody's marriages imploded in less than a year and a half. Christine was the first to leave in November 2021. A year later in December 2022, it was revealed that he had separated from Janelle. Shortly after in January, Meri confirmed that she and Kody had split after their relationship had been platonic and distant for years. Robyn is Kody's only remaining wife. One-on-one special, Robyn shares that she is a major place of mourning that she and Kody are in such different places emotionally. In People's exclusive sneak peek at the third part of the Sister Wives one-on-one special, the 54-year-old Brown family patriarch admits he is sabotaging himself and his relationship with Robyn out of frustration and anger after Christine, Janelle, and Meri Brown left their plural marriage. The family patriarch tells host Sukanya Krishnan that he wanted to punish himself. I thought of myself leaving Robyn and having another lover and looking at this lover and going, I don't love you. I'm in love with another woman. I'm in love with a woman that I left because I was too much a piece of S to manage the relationship. And what it was just anger and I'm embarrassed. He acknowledges that his emotions lead him to have bad behavior which ultimately affected his relationship with Robyn, 45. These are my demons and that's like doing something that destroys myself, he explains. Christine's leaving and I'm just angry. So a lot of dark winds were going through me. A lot of devil, a lot of temptation, which would be destructive of my relationship with Robyn. So I dealt with a lot of anger and she would get frustrated. My anger was a turn-off, he adds. It was scary. And the dumb thing is because I'm so honest I just share everything with her, so I shared stuff with her that was heartbreaking. He calls the revelations terrible, adding, there's some things in a man's mind that should never be expressed. In a separate interview, Robyn also addresses Kody's self-sabotaging behavior. When asked if he was sabotaging their relationship, Robyn is reduced to tears as she shares, he tries to. I have to stop him all the time. She says his behavior includes picking fights with her over dumb things. We're in different places, she admits. Sorry, we're in different places about the bomb that went off on our family. And I'm in a major place of mourning and he's angry and he doesn't want to. He just wants to go find whatever, you know? And I'm like, no, I can't feel like that. Robyn previously told people that the departure of Christine, Janelle, and Meri felt like a death. It's just Kody and I, and we're getting through this and figuring this out, but it does feel like there was a death, she said. And we're both going through a death separately. It feels like we're going through a death and we're both handling it differently. And we're in different places with it, she added, sharing how she's prayed and asked for God's guidance and help through a very confusing time. 3 of Kody's marriages imploded within a span of 14 months. Christine was the first to leave in November 2021. A year later in December 2022, it was revealed that he had separated from Janelle. Shortly after in January, Meri confirmed that she and Kody had split after their relationship had been platonic and distant for years. Robyn is Kody's only remaining wife. What do you think about this video? Please told on comment box. Also subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching this. He unleashed his point of view during the whole sister wives barndominium debacle. He left Meri feeling insulted after asking her to live in an as-yet imaginary barn with a loft. He wanted to store his motorbikes, and Meri, there isn't much more that can be said about this. The negativity speaks for itself. Kody has a somewhat perverse habit of trying to get a rise out of Meri under the guise of trying to mend fences with her. The barndominium situation is a shining example of just how boorish Kody can be. By making Meri feel as unimportant as an unused possession, he shares his real feelings. All the while, he pretends to be concerned about her. This is classic Kody, and indefensible. When he does this stuff, it's hard to see his side or support him. He's just being cruel. This singer from Kody really highlights the fact that he's no gentleman. With Robyn, Kody behaves decently, but if she crossed him, he'd probably turn on her too. Robyn's learned how to handle the patriarch, who may not be such a prize. Robyn knows that she can't be too harsh. She gets better results by using her powerful weapons, tears, the aforementioned passive aggression, and feminine wiles. Kody simply can't resist Robyn's allure, and he's talked about needing to hide their romantic tension from Meri. As he gushes about Robyn, he rakes Meri over the coals, such as when he crudely confessed that he can't be in love with her. On screen and off, Kody's fighting a public relations war, and he doesn't hesitate to throw Meri under the bus. He's been doing that for years. However, everyone who's watched the new season has seen Kody at his most unhinged. He's unraveled on screen, while blaming everyone but himself for his problems. He's shown some weaknesses that are in stark contrast to the alpha male image he tries to promote. So, his war of attrition on his unloved former brides isn't really hitting home. As Kody tries to win his divorces, he loses. In light of all she'd endured, Christine Brown exited quite gracefully, but Kody couldn't muster up the same type of decency. He was too paranoid and bitter. With Janelle Brown, he dangles carrots this season, trying to tempt her into staying, but his heart isn't in it. That's painfully obvious to her and everyone. With Meri, he doesn't bother with incentives. Instead, he prefers to degrade her further, such as when he asked her to live in a converted barn with his cast-off possessions. No, he can't be in love with her. That's fine, people love who they love. They should be with the ones with love. However, the real issue here is that Kody seems to enjoy humiliating Meri. Is this payback for the unfortunate sister wives catfishing scandal that rocked their relationship and led to its years-too-late demise? Maybe so. Again, a better man would have forgiven Meri for this indiscretion, as she was just lonely. Anyone could see that. Why was she lonely? Well, because Kody was all about Robyn. Meri was effectively trapped in a polygamous situation with No way out. Women aren't supposed to leave. They're supposed to obey. Luckily, off-screen, Meri is doing well, despite Kody's cringe and all too public commentary. She's even stopped with the endless cryptic posts. She's living in the moment and seems less emotional. Meri appears to be more herself out of a relationship. However, she may find love someday, just as the newly married Christine has. It's easy to root for Meri even though she's quite weak sometimes. She has trouble speaking out and fighting for her rights. She hangs her head instead. Nonetheless, she's not a bad person, and definitely doesn't deserve the emotional abuse that she's gotten. Kody qualified his "can't be in love with" comment, which was uttered on screen. He softened the blow by saying that he will always love Meri, but really, he just doesn't. Again, this is crystal clear. By adding this sort of disclaimer, he appears more kind-hearted. The truth is that he isn't nice. If he was, he wouldn't be putting these hurtful remarks in the public arena at all. Kody seems to say these things because he knows they will wound Meri. There's really no other reason to say aloud what's already understood. He added insult to injury, as well as a dose of self-pity, by saying that it was heartbreaking that he's unable to love Meri. How does he think this makes her feel? He knows exactly what he's doing. Kody's inability to stay quiet is a failing that he'll pay for later. They are parents together. Kody chose rudeness when Meri called him on their 32nd wedding anniversary. On that fateful day in April 2022, she picked up the phone, probably completely oblivious to the fact that Kody was going to unload on her instead of celebrating the milestone. The thing is, he didn't actually put her down during that call. He waited until they went out for dinner. When they were seated at the table, ostensibly to have a good time, Kody decided that it was the perfect moment to say, "I don't know why you even bothered to call and say happy anniversary, Meri." Meri talked about all this on screen, and it was very sad. However, by that point, she should have known better than to try. Kody kept twisting the knife like that so she'd finally get the message. Any other woman on earth would have understood long ago. While Kody seems like the monster here, Meri's obtuseness was a problem. This dinner date should never have happened. The phone call preceding it should never have happened. Kody interacts with Meri under duress. He doesn't want things to be any different. Meri misses some important cues sometimes. This time, it must have been hard for her to ignore the signals. However, they weren't the first signals that she received. At the dinner date from hell, Kody was in a particularly nasty frame of mind. Clearly, he would rather have been anywhere else. Perhaps his frustration over faking things with Meri was getting to him. He told Meri they were faking it and she denied it. This didn't really bode well for a fun night out. Things got more awkward when Kody